What's up, y'all? I'm ROB, and this is Session Unplugged. Today we have a very special guest in the building. I'm gonna let you go and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name's Kooleidoscope. I'm a MC and producer from Fresno area. I live in Sanger, but I perform a lot in Fresno, and
That's right.
yeah, here we go.
That's right. Well, let's jump into it. How did you come up with your name?
Honestly, I don't even remember, but I mean, what I tell people sometimes is that it means like a kaleidoscope. Like you look through it, and it's like a different form of insight.
That's right.
Like my songs can be like a different way to look at your life experiences, a different way to look at life, stuff like that. But honestly, like I don't even remember when. Like what I was thinking when I came up with it. So
no, I got you. And now, how long have you been doing music?
I've been doing like as far as playing instruments and stuff since like 6th grade. Like I started off playing the trumpet, and then like in high school I was playing the drums, like drum set and marching drums. And it wasn't until like in college when I started learning how to produce. And like I have recording equipment, and I record people in my spare time sometimes.
That's right.
And like I saw them rapping and stuff, and I figured, why don't I just try it out, see if I can do it, because I like to write too. So
Yeah.
I tried doing that maybe like 2.5 years ago. That's when I started like producing and rapping. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm still developing as an artist, and
That's right.
getting comfortable with my style and stuff like that.
That's dope. That's dope. And like as an artist, is there any album that you've heard like from another artist, like whether it be local or otherwise, that really inspired you?
I think there's 2 albums that are like my favorite albums that I can listen to all the time. One of them is The Cold Vein by Cannibal Ox. They're like one of my favorite rap groups, and I mean their style of production, they work a lot with like LP.
Okay.
And just that grimy, a lot of like delay, a lot of reverbs and stuff. Like that's my style, like hella. Yeah. And I always like listening to them. I think they inspired my sound a lot.
Yeah.
And then another album is Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, because just listening to that and taking it all in, it kind of inspires you to write about your own life.
That's right.
He's talking about his struggle and his life and all the stuff he's seen, and it like you're crazy if it doesn't bring up emotions, like your own emotions.
Yeah.
So that really inspired me too. I can always listen to that album.
That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, that Kendrick album was off the hook.
Yep.
Now, what's like one of the biggest opportunities you had, like as far as like doing music goes?
Honestly, I think like just performing, any opportunity I get to perform, like I take it, just because it doesn't matter if it's a big show or a little show, but it adds up. You perform for different people, and they spread the word and stuff. Right. And
yeah.
You hand out your mixtapes, and it just leads to bigger and better opportunities.
That's right.
And I mean, other than that, I think I got to perform at like festivals like Fuse Fest and stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's like Fresno Urban Sound Experience. They have it every year, and I mean, a lot of people, will go out and listen to a bunch of, it's like an eclectic mix of like musicians, like bands will be there, and some rappers, and I think they have some electronic music in there too. Like it's a big mix of stuff, and you get to show your music to a lot of different people who wouldn't otherwise go out to like a rap show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, all in all, like I haven't had any like crazy big opportunities, but I mean, I really enjoy like going out and performing for people, like any chance I can get. So,
That's dope.
Yeah, that.
Now, when you do your music, like, what's your writing process like? Like, how do you come up with your?
Usually I'll start off with like a beat, like I was telling you a little while ago, like if I don't have a beat that that makes me feel something or inspires me, like I won't write. I'm not the kind of person that'll just write for the fuck of it, and just, if I'm just gonna scrap it later.
Yeah.
Like I wanna feel it that way. I know like what's coming out of me is like, it counts and it's not forced and stuff like that. So like I start off with like a cool beat, something that I really like, and I have to be feeling something. I can't just sit there and vibe out to the beat a lot of the time.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's why, like me, I don't put out a whole lot of tracks, but my thing is like quality over quantity.
That's right.
So it's like I'll just wait for inspiration to hit. I'll take a lot of time to just live and do whatever I want, do what makes me happy, and it'll come. That's just part of life. You're gonna get expired at some point. There's no point in rushing it or forcing anything.
Like I think that's crazy that you said that, because I think like every day is a new chapter in the book. You know what I'm saying? Like to write a lot of that shit.
There's no rush to push something out if it's gonna come eventually.
Exactly. Yeah. And who's your who's or like hold on. Like what's one of your or who's one of your like musical influences right now? Like who really influences you to like go out there and like perform? Or is there anybody that you listen to before a show or when you're in the studio like vibing out and shit?
Like I was saying, like I listen to like a lot of different kind of music, not like one specific genre, but like who I've been listening to a lot lately. I've been listening to like a lot of Schoolboy, a lot of Kid Cudi. Like he's one of my favorites. Yeah. Like he's just a cool person,
Yeah, hell yeah.
And like I'll like look up interviews of his just to hear what he has to say, and I think he's one of the people that really motivates me, and I like look up to him just because like he talks a lot about being human, being a human being, having conflict in his life, having these crazy emotions, and music is his outlet. And sometimes I see like myself on that same like level as him, to where he feels conflicted, and that's just part of being human. So I think like listening to him, his music, like stuff that he's gone through, it kind of motivates me. And like I don't know, just seeing him start off from where he did, being like a real emotional guy and conflicted and all that, to where he is now. Like he's super humble. Like he's a really cool dude, super down to earth and all like that. And it's like, I don't know, he's very inspiring to me.
That's right. That's
like cool. His personality and all that. He can be super regular and still, be one of the most influential, rappers of today.
Yeah. So Cudi's dope, man. I like his lyrical content is dope. Now, is there any how as far as like local acts go, like is there any local acts that you listen to that like everybody should watch out for, like that are coming up?
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of local cats that I've been cool with for a while now, but like one of my favorites, just because he's like a humble dude, is MC Wix. Like
Wix is cool, man.
Yeah, he shows love to everybody, and that's the thing. Like, just because you're like a dope rapper, and there's a lot of dope rappers out here, but I mean, you don't see a lot of people like supporting like unity and pushing for it, and showing love to other people, like legit love, not just I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. Exactly. Like showing love to expect it. I mean, to get it back in return. But like Wix is a cool dude. Like I support him and his music like 100%. And then Jay Gutta, he's super chill too. Like I'd say like they're like the locals that I listen to the most and go out to see the most.
That's cool.
So I mean, Wix is gonna be dropping his new mixtape pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. It should be dropping, I think he said like in a couple months.
That's right. So. Yeah, Wix is dope. I'm gonna have to check that out. Now, what is your dream lineup for like a concert? Like as far as like, if you were to put together a show, like who would you have on that show? Like your like if you could have 5 artists on the show, like what 5 artists would it be that you're really into?
I don't even know. That's tough. But I mean, I don't think like as far as names I could come up with a list, but I think if I were to like have like a dream lineup, it wouldn't just be like hip hop. it would be like, you know, some rock in there, because I listen to like a lot of like psychedelic-ish type rock.
Okay.
And like indie rock and shit. I mean, if it were, I think shows would be dope if it was more like, you know, a combination of genres. Like,
Yeah.
I would, like I said, I would throw a little bit of everything in there, but I mean, I don't know as far as names, like.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
Yeah, I got you. Now, is there any kind of like advice that you want to give to anybody that might be coming up that's maybe kind of like skeptical of jumping into something? Maybe they're a little bit like timid about, you know, really stepping into like really like letting go musically, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there any advice that you want to give somebody like that?
Like if they're like wanting to stop music?
Not wanting to stop, but wanting to start.
Oh, start music. Honestly, like, just be yourself. Write about what you want to write about, because it seems like, you know, everybody wants to be a rapper now because they want that image, you know.
Yeah.
They want that, like, that lifestyle. When really it's like, it's a facade. So eventually you're going to find out that shit isn't really real, you know?
That's right.
So it's like from the get-go, just do your thing, you know, be yourself. And if that's not why you're doing music, is to be yourself and express yourself, then don't do it, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that would save a lot of people, you know, some trouble, some time, some money from investing in something that isn't real.
Yeah.
And I think like a lot of people who like are real, they didn't always start there. You know, like myself too, like when I first started rapping, it was like a defense mechanism, you know?
Okay.
Like I was getting like kind of picked on, and, you know, I wanted to retaliate. And so I used like music. So the stuff I was rapping about was some bullshit, you know? And I didn't like realize that it was a waste of time until like a year after, like months after. And it's like, if I would have just known that, hey, it's okay to just write about what you want to write about, you know, I wouldn't have done that at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's some advice I could pass on, just because it's a waste, you know. Just do you, and more people will want to listen.
That's right. That's right. All right, well, we're about to wrap it up. But is there any, like, where can we find you on social networks? Like, are you active online?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can find me on, let's see, the thing I use the most right now is, like, Twitter. It's Ronnie, RONNIE _Taylor, TAYLOR. You can find me on Facebook under Kooleidoscope, which is KOOLEIDOSCOPE. It's a weird spelling.
That's right.
Or I'm on SoundCloud, same Kooleidoscope, YouTube Kooleidoscope. And also on Bandcamp. That's where you can grab my mixtape. It's all free. All my music is free. You can check out my beats too. So, yeah.
All right. Well, it was
Awesome.
good having you.
Thanks for having me out, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But thank you, Lens, by the way. So.
That's right. Dub.
Cool.
Cute.